and welcome to PetStyle Health and Wellness. I'm Jill Cordes, and this girl here, this is Ava. She's very, very shy. Today we're talking about cats and allergies. When you hear those two words in the same sentence, you instantly think of sniffling of the nose, rubbing of the eyes, coughing, sneezing whenever someone's in the vicinity of a cat, right? Well, little do we know that cats also suffer from allergies, and unfortunately they suffer in silence. Sometimes it can show when your cat's chewing or itching profusely on their skin. There's all sorts of signs and symptoms that we might not even know to look for. So we're here at the Center for Specialized Veterinary Care in Long Island, and we're going to talk to the doctors here about how to tell if your cat is suffering from allergies and how to help them. We wanted to discuss with you a little bit about allergies in cats.
You'd be really surprised. About 15 to 20% of all cats in the United States have allergies.
What do they tend to be allergic to?
They can be allergic to a lot of different things. There are several different types of allergies that we see in cats. Probably the most common would be similar to what we would see in a dog, would be flea allergy.
Okay.
Flea allergies in cats tend to happen all year round in the southern or the warmer parts of the country. And then up here in the northern parts of the country, we see it more seasonally. But it's definitely a very, very common allergy. When cats have inhaled allergies, they're usually allergic to very similar things that we are, but they don't manifest it like we do. They can get very, very itchy skin, and they can also get problems breathing, and they actually get asthma or allergic asthma. Very, very dangerous in a lot of cats, and those types of things are pollens to grass, trees, plants, same things as us.
Wow.
Animal danders, even wool or feathers in the pillow, they can be allergic to your dog or your rabbit, things like that.
Oh my, so even like hay fever season can apply to a cat?
It really can. And things in the household that you may not think of, dust. And one really important thing, and I'm going to have to get on my horse here, but cigarette smoke. It's not just an irritant to the airway. It can actually irritate them so much that if they have allergy symptoms and asthma symptoms, cigarette smoke is going to make that much, much worse.
Wow.
But they can also be allergic to that. And another type of allergy in cats is actually food allergy. And so they also get very itchy from food allergies, but also have intestinal symptoms associated with that too. So they may have some vomiting or diarrhea or some weight loss if they're allergic to food. But a lot of times it can just be itchiness in the skin.
So then the primary symptom for a cat allergy is the cat scratching him or herself constantly?
Itchiness, yep, itchiness.
Special places?
Cats can get itchy almost everywhere, and sometimes you may actually find little bumps on their skin if you feel them.
Cats are kind of covered all over head to toe with fur, so there's not that bald spot kind of on their belly where you can see what's happening with their skin. Is it harder to diagnose?
You may not actually see the redness, exactly, so you may not see a sore or redness on your cat, and some cats don't even like to be petted, or especially on their belly, so if you find them itching, you may not be able to see that there's actually a scratch or a sore as a result of that. There are some less common allergies like contact allergies, so if they come in contact with certain things, some types of plants, rubber plants sometimes, yeah, they get, like they have a reaction to certain things, just like we might.
And a rubber plant is one?
Sometimes a rubber plant, sometimes their cat litter, their cat bowl, their food bowl. So it's difficult to tell when it's a contact allergy, but yeah, they can be allergic to things that their skin touches.
If someone suspects their cat has an allergy and they haven't been able to quite figure it out with the vet, what do you suggest?
That's a good point. Their cat is itchy, what's going on? So they'll go to their regular veterinarian or their family vet, who will probably have a really good systematic way of trying to figure it out. But one of the greatest frustrations in veterinary medicine is, why is an animal itchy? And so out of that sprung this wonderful specialty of veterinary dermatology and allergies. And here at the center we have a wonderful dermatologist who we refer a lot of people to when their regular veterinarian has reached that limit where they just can't find it. So why don't we take Ava to go see Dr. Whitewithers, our awesome dermatologist.
Dr. Whitewithers, how are you?
Oh, fine.
Trudell brought Ava down the hall for me.
Ava. Hello.
And I understand Ava's here for a different problem, but we wanted to see how you inspect and try and determine if a cat has allergies. For all we know, she could have them. You're actually a dermatologist. There's not a ton of you out there, about 200 in the country.
Right.
If you were inspecting someone like Ava, and you came across lesions or something, what would that tell you?
One, there's something abnormal to the skin, and cats manifest their skin infection differently from dogs.
Okay.
The first thing on a cat, I usually look at the ears. They tend to lose hair on the tip of their ear. Sometimes it's benign, but sometimes it indicates that the cat is not feeling well. Cats tend to show a lot of their illness in their eyes. She has what's called epiphora. That means she's tearing a lot, and that could be a problem. Cats when they show their itchy effect, they lick their body. We call it excessive grooming. And so what they do, if you notice on the cat's tongue, they have what's called little projections on their tongue. Come on, open up. Come on, there. And they're short little spikes. And when they groom a lot, they actually remove the hair and create lesions on their body. And we call it eosinophilic granuloma complex.
Show us how you would do a test on a cat.
Okay, for a cat, it's similar to dogs. I do a skin scrape, get rid of the hair, and remove some of the flakes, same as in the dog. The other test I do on a cat is I use my comb.
Okay.
And what I do, and I do it on dogs too, I comb the hair.
Ooh, look at all that dander.
Exactly, to find out, one, the extent of the dander that's there, and how much hair is this pet shedding.
Does that feel good?
So when you look at this, see, this pet is shedding quite a bit.
More than it should be?
Yeah, and has a lot of dander. It could be a manifestation of the internal problem that this cat is having.
Well, Ava, you have been a great patient, letting us show other cat owners what the vets will do when searching for an allergic problem. We're going to let Trudell take you back. Thank you.
If you look at this picture, this cat looks completely normal from this angle.
Yeah.
But when you look at this pet, if you notice how this cat has lost the hair.
Right.
On the ears, if you notice, it's very sparse.
Yeah.
And these are what we call miliary crust.
What exactly is miliary dermatitis? Is that itchy skin?
It's not itchy skin. They're actually little pimples that comes up on the cat's body and they crust over. So when you put your fingers on there, they feel like little needles. We call them pinpoint.
Wow.
There are some cats that when they're allergic, I told you about how they scratch. We call it pruritic head and neck. They're very itchy from their head up. And they create sores because their nails are very long. When cats are allergic, they have these ulcers and sores in their mouth.
Poor baby.
And we call them rodent ulcers. A lot of the owners will notice that their pet, the food will fall out their mouth or they salivate a lot because they have all those rodent ulcers.
Poor guy.
Okay.
Wow.
This is a reaction of I showed you those sharp spikes on the tongue of the cat when they lick themselves excessively. This is a chronic reaction. This is not acute, something that happens yesterday. This has been going on for months.
Well, we're so glad that there are a few hundred dermatologists across the country, that's it, pet dermatologists, to help troubleshoot when owners are exasperated, as are their feline friends. You know, I never realized how awful a cat allergy can be, but the thing is, if you suspect your cat does have an allergy, you definitely want to take it to the vet because it's not going to get better on its own. Thanks for watching.